Hi, I'm Kelly and I'm from California. I live in Marin County, about 20 minutes away from the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco. And I've been diagnosed with frontal temporal dementia. This was my third Christmas since my diagnosis. I have a 7-year-old grandbaby and a 28-year-old daughter who's taken over my hair salon business, and I have been a powerhouse in the community. I have had the opportunity and luxury to volunteer in many areas. 27 years I served in 12-step meetings. I got to work with hospice and the Center for Attitudinal Healing, volunteering for Glide Church, Wednesday's Gift, Center for Inner Peace, countless and countless hours of coaching and spiritually through the Center for Inner Peace, the Course in Miracles community, among many, many other things. I've just been in service to the community all my life. It's how I've coped with being a human. It's made me feel better. I spoke today for the Aging Commission on behalf of the Alzheimer's Association because I, being so plugged in, I knew that I'm supportable. I'm used to support groups, and I was on a wait list for over a year through the Center for Attitudinal Healing. And I've turned to the internet to gather information as the doctor just gave me a diagnosis of FTD and sent me on my way to palliative care. And Debbie Brazil from palliative care just said, face it, this is the most heinous disease you're ever going to experience or hear about, in front of my daughter, who was 25, I think, at the time. And we were just at a loss. I'm her sole rock. We don't have any other family. And her father died, and my mother died, and my brother died, and so on and so forth. And we just have very little family support. And so hearing that from my daughter, just, for both of us, it blew our minds. And then to be turned out with nowhere to go, and just told to get your affairs in order, sent to UCSF, and being told there that they can't even tell me exactly what's going on until I die, then they'll give me the autopsy report. I ended up turning to the internet, and I'm very good at navigating the internet, and it still took me 3 years to get involved with Dementia Alliance International and Cafe La Brain and the Association for Frontal Temporal Dementia. And my doctors had put me through hell. The chief of the neuropsych department in San Francisco literally told my daughter and I that she was going to make it so I didn't get disability, and put that I had lied and cheated on all my tests when she knew full well I didn't. I just upset her by confronting her. And the manhandling and the way that the doctors have treated me are despicable, considering, first of all, how many millions of dollars we pay them to take care of us. And I, unfortunately, could look a bit deceiving, and I could see their doubts in sending me for mental evaluations, for psychiatric evaluations. However, I've heard that everyone I know has gone through this story. None of my symptoms profiled as somebody that would be some of the psychiatric illnesses that she put me down as, which really made it even harder. Even with disability, I was self-employed. I don't get enough to even pay the rent. So I've done just about everything I can do to create awareness, break stigma. I've been on newspaper articles, and I don't have a lot of energy to do what I wanted to do or to spend with my family, much less deal with the accusations and the volatileness of what the chief of the neuropsych department did. I had to hire an ombudsman. It ended up that she was found actually really, changing my records, putting down CAT scans from a month apart rather than the MRI contrast and the brain contrast. And the real facts. So I emailed her and texted her and asked her to straighten it out, and she never did. And then Kaiser's ombudsman and Dr. Arts, my neurologist, went over the records and said that they needed to straighten it out, and they did. Kaiser said that they were going to fix it and get another evaluation for me, and then it all just went away. So I've got this piece of paper that's made my file be tainted and make it even more difficult for me to get disability and to get help and to qualify for clinical trials. Until I met my mentor, Jan Pitts with Dementia Mentors, I had no hope and I was devastated. And now I know that there's life after dementia, after a diagnosis, and I've learned so much and gotten self-empowered and even gotten over many hurdles of my own outrageously, ridiculously explosive, aggressive behaviors. And I'm learning more and more with support to come from joy and to return my mind to being loving and kind as I want to be. There's so many times I walk away just going, oh God, I didn't just do that, or I can't believe I said that, or I'm so awkward and so uncomfortable when I've always been so confident and well received and loved and adored by the community. It's a definite spiritual opportunity for me to grow and love myself in spite of people not calling anymore. My phone used to ring anywhere from, I'd have 20 to 200 messages a week as a hairdresser and a caregiver and a counselor and so on and so forth. My dad has dementia too, and it's very hard because I don't feel good to go over and help him, and he really needs help. He's 76 years old. My daughter is trying her best, and you can't take two people that worked for every penny, paycheck to paycheck, and paid taxes. Self-employed, you only make what your two hands bring in, and put it into one person. My daughter's capacity and stamina isn't that of the drive and the stamina that I had as a business owner and a single mom. And not to mention that she's got other various stresses of a big house to take care of. Thank God she has a house. I ended up having to lose everything I have. I owned a house in Fairfax, and like I said, I owned a lot of salons, and just paying for my insurance during the battles with dementia or disability and having to hire an attorney and of course wiped me out, which if you're self-employed like I am, you have to be wiped out in order to get any help anyway. They won't help you if you have anything. The only thing that I believe you can keep is a car, and probably not a very expensive one. Nothing I had was worth that much besides the house. But yes, so here we are, finding a way to be happy and finding a way to be purposeful in spite of all of the challenges. It's hard for me to take care of myself in the bathroom or get dressed, or, being a hairdresser for 27 years, I can't even do my own ponytail holder. I have accidents, disconnects, a lot of motor neuron symptoms, and not to mention some of the memory and confusion, executive functioning. And I went through apathy for about a year, which fortunately my boyfriend and I broke up because it was creating a lot of stress in the relationship, trying to live up to his expectations of me as a girlfriend. And so there are many days where I absolutely am dysfunctional and can't do anything and just trying to survive and stay alive in my own apartment. I've caught myself on fire and I had third-degree burns on my hands. And luckily I have no scars. I'm always a survivor and I'm always a trooper, and I'm certain that there's a purpose in this and there's an awakening and something that I can continue to do on a regular basis to try to create awareness, break a stigma, and make the path better for my people to follow.